Wildfires fanned by gale force winds have ravaged large tracts of land in Mpumalanga, Limpopo and KZN, and Zuma says questions of social and economic change and tackling unemployment should be at the heart of what he calls the country's second transition. Ambusiso Khadebe with the latest news update. Wildfires fanned by gale force winds have ravaged large tracts of land in Mpumalanga, Limpopo and KwaZulu-Natal. The Working on Fire program says they have assisted 19 wildfires in Mpumalanga, 16 in KwaZulu-Natal and 6 in Limpopo. Spokesperson Trevor Wilson says people are oblivious to the risk in starting fires that end catastrophically. He says dams are only 20% full in Mpumalanga and there is not enough water to use helicopters and bomber planes to put the fires out. Warburton and Piet Retief are the worst affected areas in the province. In Limpopo, 10,000 hectares of vegetation have burned at Soekmekar. In KwaZulu-Natal, the worst affected areas are in Zululand, with the Hluhluwe Game Reserve bearing the brunt of the blazes. A heavy police contingent has been deployed to maintain calm in Pilgrims Rest in Mpumalanga after residents of Newtown Township blockaded roads and brought all tourism operations to a halt in the historic mining town. They are accusing Transvaal gold mining estates of failing to adhere to labor policies and failing to employ local people. Tourists have been turned back from entering the town. The Eastern Cape government has intervened to resolve service delivery protests that turned violent over the past 2 weeks in Port Elizabeth. Residents of Boysons Park have met with government officials calling on them to fast-track service delivery. Last week, several houses, the local councillor's office and a vehicle were set alight by residents who barricaded roads with rocks and burning tyres. Eastern Cape MPL Christian Martin.
I don't think that we have strongly considered this thing that we are calling as government human settlements, where all facilities should have been in place. They've handed over to us the petition, and what we're going to do is to bring together a small group which consists of the municipality itself, officials, provincial government and the community, and then come together, discuss matters and see what is the solution forward for this area.
And lastly, President Jacob Zuma says questions of social and economic change and tackling unemployment, inequality and poverty should be at the heart of what he calls the country's second transition. Zuma was addressing a policy conference convened by labor union NEHAWU ahead of the ANC's National Policy Conference at the end of this month. Zuma has urged the ANC and tripartite alliance members to approach the national conference in Mangaung in December as a landmark gathering akin to the ANC's founding conference in 1912. Catch the latest news anytime here on Newsbreak, Option 1.